The news tonight, Anambra State Assembly to scrutinize budget for enhanced developmental impact. Archbishop Ibesim urges support to families to cushion hardship. Head of Service of the Federation, Walso Jack, unveils portal for government circulars. From the foreign scene, South Africa takes over G20 leadership from Brazil. Good evening and welcome to the evening news. My name is Uche Chukwu. And now the news in detail. The Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Somto Chukwu Deze, has described the 2025 budget presentation of 607 billion naira by Governor Chukwu Masoludo as a significant milestone in shaping the state's development. House of Assembly correspondent Emmanuel Tiwata now completes the report.
Assured that the Assembly would thoroughly scrutinize the proposal to ensure it meets the expectations and welfare of Anambra, adding that key focus areas include education, health, infrastructure, security, and youth empowerment.
Law to provide for the sum of 606 billion, 991 million, 118 naira 16 kobo for services of the government of Anambra State of Nigeria for the year ending 31st December 2025 and related purposes. Those in support of the first reading say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. Aye.
In his address, Governor Soludo emphasized that the budget goes beyond figures and allocations, reflecting the hopes, aspirations, and collective vision of Anambra people. The governor expressed optimism that the plan would lay the foundation for a prosperous and sustainable future for generations to come.
Our vision to turn Anambra into a destination rather than a departure land is fully on course. We will also make investments in our mass transit systems and marine transport, including buses, jetties, and boats. Additionally, we will continue our efforts to extend power, access, electricity to underserved communities.
This budget represents a 48% increase compared to what was approved last year. And everything needed for the development of Anambra State are all encapsulated in this budget in making Anambra State a Dubai, Taiwan. From the Anambra State House of Assembly, I am Emmanuel Chibota for ABS News.
The Archbishop Province of the Niger, Most Reverend Alexander Ibesim, says the church is committed to discipleship and support for families, especially now that social and economic vices in the country are on the increase. Most Reverend Ibesim stated this at the Cathedral Church of St. Faith, Oka, during the 2024 Oka Dawson Anglican Women and Young Wives Summit. Religious reporter Chinelo Onwuzulike filed the report.
The role of a godly wife, the event attracted members of the Young Wives Association of the Diocese from the 24 archdeaconries. Archbishop Ibesim, who is also the Bishop, Diocese of Oka, said the church attaches great importance to the viability of the homes as important units of the church, which is why it invests so much in the training of women to raise godly homes. Addressing the women, the President, Women's Ministry, Province of the Niger and Diocese of Oka, Mrs. Mata Ibesim, explained that the role of a godly wife reflects God's attributes to love, grace, and wisdom.
I welcome you people to this historic women gathering of the young wives. The church has been involved with teaching, and the home is a very important, essential part of the church.
Women, we are into so many things. Taking care of the family is a huge task. You are encouraged to pursue these godly characters in our lives, growing in faith and honoring God.
I am Chinelo Onwuzulike for ABS News.
Anambra State Commissioner of Police, Obono Naye Itam, has vowed that the command shall fish out the criminals that murdered 4 vigilante operatives and left 2 others seriously injured in Abatete and Ukpo communities. According to the police, the armed men operating in unregistered Lexus 330 SUV and Honda FJ Cruiser SUV murdered 3 members of the vigilantes and injured another unsuspecting member of the public at a cargo Abatete in a Demlin North local government area. Also at Ukpo in Dunukofia local government area, while reportedly escaping a hot chase by the police responding team. The gunman shot and killed another member of the vigilante, injured another, and set 2 vehicles ablaze. Meanwhile, the bodies of the deceased have been recovered and the injured are currently receiving treatment in the hospital, according to a statement issued by the police public relations officer, Anambra State Police Commander SP Tochukwu Ikenga, while condoling with the families, friends and communities of the deceased as well as the state. CP Itam assured that the police shall leave no stone unturned until those behind the barbaric act are arrested and justice served on them. The Catch Them and Send to School free sensitization exercise of the Post-Primary School Service Commission, PPSSC, has been hailed as a right step in the right direction. Sellers and buyers at a Kenny Bull Market commended the initiative, which they witnessed the chairman, PPSSC, Professor Nkechi Kedugu, officials of the commission and security agents apprehending child hawkers at the market to take them to school. Queen Anambra filed the report.
Children who were supposed to be in secondary school were taken to Ezike High School, Nibo, while those that were supposed to be in primary school were taken to Obiwanne Basic School, Ifte Nibo. In their various remarks, some eyewitnesses, Mrs. Salomi Okeke, Messrs. Jidofo Ekemezie and Nnagozie Nwugago, wondered why government will provide free education from nursery to secondary level, and yet some parents and guardians still allow their children and wards to be hawking while they should be in school.
Onye kpata nwa mmadụ odulie ọ na-ejegeje ụzọ mana ọ ya edute nke ya na-eje akwụkwọ ọ dịrọ mma.
Agbadamele gọọmenti si enye free education wee so onye ọbụla nwatakịrị ọbụla jebeze akwụkwọ na nkịtị ịpalụ mmiri ịpịnya ịpalụ ube mgba ịpịnya ịpalụ akpụ ịpịnya ọ dịrọ mma chacha ọ ka nji wee kwuo.
However, the chairman, PPSSC, Professor Ikedugu, told them that they have no reason not to be in school as government of Professor Chukwuma Soludo has made education free from nursery to secondary level.
If you bring somebody's child, make sure you register that child in a school. If it's your own child, let the child go to school first. Basic education is free in Anambra State.
For the board member in charge of Oka Educational Zone, PPSSC, Dr. Uche Okeke, and Supervisor Council, Oka Zone, Honorable Vera Atigwe, said the initiative has been commended by a lot of people, adding that it is in line with Governor Soludo's perception of giving quality education to every child. Queen Anibogo, reporting for ABS News.
Moving on to the federal scenes, the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Didi Walson-Jack, has unveiled an online portal to enhance the accessibility of government circulars for civil servants. Speaking at a lunch event in Abuja, Walson-Jack described circulars as essential tools for governance and administration within the civil service. She stated that circulars provide direction, clarify policies, and ensure that decisions are communicated consistently across the service. However, a recurring challenge has been the accessibility and retention of these critical documents, especially as time passes and administrations change. This, she said, at times hindered institutional memory and disrupted seamless service delivery. Walson-Jack stressed that the new compendium of circulars would improve transparency, efficiency and effectiveness in the civil service. She further noted that the initiative reflects a commitment to modernizing governance. South Africa has assumed the presidency of the G20, becoming the first African nation to lead the influential bloc of the world's largest economies. The handover ceremony took place during the G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva officially transferred leadership to South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, who pledged to prioritize Africa's development and the global South's interests during his tenure. He stated that he will use this moment to bring the development priorities of the African continent and the global South more firmly onto the agenda of the G20. He pledged to work towards greater global economic growth while ensuring that no one is left behind. Move on to the world of sports. A magnificent volley from Lautaro Martinez scored a 1-0 victory for world champions Argentina over Peru, while Brazil was held to a 1-1 draw at home by Uruguay in the South American World Cup qualifiers. Argentina remained top of the CONMEBOL standing with qualifications for the 2026 tournament seemingly a matter of time. It was far from a vintage performance by Lionel Scaloni's team, but a moment of brilliance from Inter Milan's Martinez proved decisive at the Bombonera Stadium in Buenos Aires. Lionel Messi delivered a cross from the left and Martinez leapt into the air, leaning back to unleash a thunderous left-footed volley past Pedro Gales. Argentina's 8th win from 12 goals leaves them on 25 points, 5 clear of second place Uruguay, who earned a valuable point against Brazil. Before we go tonight, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS TV from liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television Oka. On X, formerly Twitter, we are ABS Radio TV. On Instagram, we are ABS Radio TV. You can log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points that made the news again tonight. Anambra State Assembly to scrutinize budget for enhanced developmental impact. Archbishop Ibezim has called for support to families to cushion hardship. From the federal scenes, we told you the head of service of the Federation, Walso Jack, has unveiled portal for government circulars. From the foreign scenes, South Africa has taken over G20 leadership from Brazil. And that's all in the news tonight. My name is Uchechukwu Ibanam. Thank you so much for staying with us. Good night.